Hello, good morning. It's Monday the 7th. I'm FX Plu, and this is the market brief. So the British Chamber of Commerce has been on. They have lowered their growth forecast for the UK to 3.6% this year, warning that the UK economy will run out of steam in the coming months. They put this down to business investment, which has not recovered since the pandemic, and consumer spending, which has been hurt by the continuing rising inflation. The war in Ukraine is also driving energy prices higher. Petrol prices continue to rise. The average price in the UK is apparently up to £1.53, driven higher no doubt by my local. That's charging £1.64 at the moment. Stay away from that extortion racket. But can you beat £1.64? Name and shame them in the comments below if you can. Understandably, Sunak is coming under a wee bit of pressure from the haulage sector to cut VAT on fuel in his spring statement, with inflation expected to hit 7.25% next month. Every little helps. But that does all add to the problem faced by the MPC when they meet next week. They're facing pressure to deliver a third rate hike in as many months, despite the downward pressure on output and activity that is already creeping in. On the calendar this week, we have retail sales and housing data due. We may see the property market growth of around 10% year on year, while retail sales may deliver a more significant rise. We may see as much as 15% now the government has removed all the COVID restrictions. In the market last week, sterling struggled to find support as global risk appetite fell. We dropped to 132 against the dollar, but we are posting gains against a single currency. We're up to 121.45 against the euro this morning. So, Non-Farm Friday. That surprised the sweepstake again. The bids were pretty mixed, and hashtag Team Under had pretty strong representation, but the headline number was 678,000 new jobs in February, and that meant Ralph Fernandez took the top spot this time around, and hashtag Team Over took all the accolades. Diving into the data a little more, the unemployment rate fell to 3.8%, which is positive, and the participation rate, which covers those in employment or actively seeking work, rose to 62.3%. Wage increases were weaker than expected, giving the Fed a little more breathing room before wage inflation becomes more of a challenge for them. Their meeting is next week, and many commentators consider that 50 basis points is still on the cards, despite that being a little less nailed on since the invasion of Ukraine. And of course, that's due to the fear that the US economy could be hit as the global economy slows rather. We have CPI data due out this week. That's forecast at 6.4%, up from 6% in January. And in the market, the flight to safety is still driving demand for the dollar. We saw the dollar index touch new highs for the year last week, challenging the 99 level. We topped out at 98.93 last week. That's as euro dollar dropped through the 110 level. And we opened the new week there around 108.75, so it's all a bit doom and gloom for the single currency at the moment. Well, I hope you have a good week ahead. Do join me again tomorrow. Take care, all the best.
If you do not have a clue, then just tweet through and ask FX Blue.